Hello, hello.
Happy
Happy
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tagging Tuesday live.
That's right.
Hopefully live. I'm not seeing it pop up yet on our Facebook, but it sure will in just a second.
There goes Instagram. We just popped up on Instagram, so I'm hitting go. Very fun. You seeing it yet, Abby?
Not yet. I've refreshed it just to see if it
Well,
will.
everyone,
There it
we
goes.
are a week out from the sale, which seems
So surreal. Hard
so
to believe.
surreal. You're right. I kind of can't believe that it's about to happen.
Either.
So drop in the comments. Tell us. Are you excited? Are you ready? Are you done? I don't know. Give us some feedback. We'd love to hear how you're feeling. We're loving that. I need something to like lift my computer up, but it's like looking up at my neck. What was I gonna say? I was getting really excited about how many people have been like texting, and just chatter is starting about how do I tag this? How do I do this? How do I do that? And it's exciting when I know that people are at home and they're excited about the sale, and it's been kind of fun texting back and forth with the different moms.
Because we are like tagging right along with you guys
No,
until the end. Like
no lie. I found a crate
weekend.
tonight. Not a crate, but like a plastic bin that's got shoes in it tonight that
Really?
have not been tagged. And I was like, no, I thought I was done.
No, I'd already tagged like all of my son's stuff that we pulled out of his closet. And then last night he walks in the game room, like where I was tagging, and he's like, "Here, I found some more stuff." And I was like, "No,
It's gonna have to wait."
That's right. Yes, because I'd already moved on to his sister's stuff. Like I had a whole rack of those things. So yeah, we are tagging right along with you guys, like up until the end.
Yes, up until
Just how it is when you're busy.
Yes. I was just so shocked though, because I'm like, how did I miss this whole bin? Like, it's not even small. It's like a big bin. So,
well, we can be excited to see what kind of shoes you're bringing.
Yeah. Well, let's get going.
That's right. All about drop off tonight, guys.
Yes, we are in the final stretch. And so we're just going to chat tonight about what it looks like to drop off with us next week. But first, let's have an update.
Like yeah, we've had a couple of challenges and we've got some winners, and it's been a fun week. We've got a lot of little contests going on to encourage you guys to tag and to share. And so we just posted the social media post number 4 last night. I mean, today. I guess it was last night. So it's up and live, and you guys have been doing an amazing job sharing that. So just keep sharing because it builds the excitement. But last week's winner for share post number 3 was Hannah. So congrats, Hannah. Thanks for sharing, for all of you for sharing, just getting the word out, because it means the more people know about it, they're going to come and shop your stuff. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, I think Hannah won 50 JBF bucks, so she's going to get to shop for her little ones.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, so fun.
There's still a Friends Night Out ticket out there. So whoever wins on Thursday, there's that. And I think a percentage is left added to your check. So
because we have this week's share post, and then we will have one more share post, and that is our live on Tuesday that we share what the floor looks like once you guys have put out all your stuff. And that's a super exciting one. So we will have the final contest for that that last live that we'll have. It won't be our last live, but it'll just be our last sharing live. Because we are going to try to go throughout the week, guys, to just kind of show you what the floor looks like. So you can get excited about it at different times throughout the sell week. So there'll be lots of lives that you can still share those, but that'll be our last for the contest.
Get to see all the goodies that have come in. We're so excited. I mean, this is going to be our biggest sale that we've actually hosted. The numbers are just keep coming in. People are signing up this week. So we're very excited about that. And shoppers are so excited. I've talked to so many people who have never been to JBF. They don't even know what it is. And so this is fun. Yeah.
We've actually sold out of several of our pre-sale time slots, like our Friends Night Out sold out, and several of our other time slots have sold out. So that's good news for you guys. And we're trying to be very diligent and just spreading those out for making sure we have parking is good. And if you want a carpool, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we've had several slots that
Yeah.
have just sold out. So, and the tickets keep coming in. So that's good news. That's great for you guys.
It is. So if you're still on the fence, you can do this. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Like Abby and I have told you before, start
Yeah.
with your big stuff because that's the stuff that sells out the fastest. That's what people brings them in, and then they see all your fun little cute clothes and they stock up
Mm-hmm.
on everything that they need.
Yeah, and you still have a whole weekend plus a holiday. I mean, there's a
Mm-hmm.
3-day weekend right here. Drop off does start on Monday, next Monday, but we have drop off Monday and Tuesday. So technically, you could really tag all weekend and Monday, and then drop off on Tuesday. So you've got lots of time.
That's
You
right.
can do this, and we're still to encourage you guys. We are doing our cash in countdown. This is our final week for that,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys, it's super easy because all you have to do is tag and select your drop off appointment. And that's it. You don't have to like sign up for anything. It's just those two
Yeah.
things. And then we pick somebody. Last week we had 10% added to your consigner check up for grabs, and Sherry was our winner of that. So congrats, Sherry, on that. And then this week we have 5% up for grabs. So all you have to do is tag 108 items. And that's like from the last sale that you did. So not like starting from like this last week. It's from your last sale. 108 items, and then grab a drop-off appointment, and you're in there to win an extra 5% on your check, and that can go a long ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
So
Let's see. So we've got another incentive coming up this week. We've got our Instagram and TikTok. I'm so excited to share. We're now at 100 for TikTok.
101. Let me tell you, it's
Oh,
101. Yes, I saw it
okay.
this
It's
evening.
exciting. I know y'all probably think, oh, y'all are so silly, but TikTok is a place where new moms they spend a lot of their time. And so we're trying to reach that audience and share just how great JBF is and how that serves a need for their family. So we're excited about that. So this starts Thursday, and you'll go in and just tag your bestie to in the post for Instagram and for on TikTok. And then we're going to have a winner that will win 2 primetime tickets. And that's to the first shopping time on Wednesday. And then they also win a Stanley JBF inspired mug. So
And
that'll be
each time you tag, you tag a friend, that counts as an entry. So the more people you tag, the more entries you get on those things. And it's to help bring awareness. We know you guys love JBF, and we want you to share the love with us. So that's kind of
right.
why we do those things.
Yeah.
Like Amanda said earlier, it is amazing how many people are like, well, what's JBF? And so,
Right.
yeah, we're still trying to get the word out in our community about it.
Oh, and I totally skipped over this, Abby, the tagging bestie, our tagging bestie that we have. Is that what we're calling her? Tagging
bestie.
Tagging bestie, is that right?
I think so, yeah.
So I got to use her this week. I think it was Samantha had submitted in our Facebook group. She has this stroller that has, I think that your car seat clicks into it. I'm not sure if it was a combo or whatnot, but our very senior, I don't know what, not senior, that's not the right word, but like she's seasoned. Veronica is our ninja tagger, right? She just put out that's an amount that she thought would be good because Samantha was asking what should she price it at. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to go into tagging bestie. And, I put in what Samantha had said. And no lie, Veronica was like spot on. Like, I was like, this is awesome. Like, because I feel good about that the tagging bestie said just a little bit higher than we're talking $5 higher than Veronica said, but I was like, this is good. Like
that's amazing. But Veronica is one of our amazing ballet taggers. So if you're ever looking into that, like she's pretty precise on her. She knows her numbers.
Like that stroller would sell because she knew what to put it at. So I was excited that it worked.
And tagging bestie, like if you're not sure what we're talking about, it's just a chat GPT function that we've set up, and we've input different parameters for it, some pricing guidelines and our seller guides. And so we've kind of been walking through it with it to kind of, because it does, sometimes needs a little finessing and things, but it's doing a pretty amazing job
It
at being
is.
able to help price and just questions that maybe you have that would come out of the seller guide too.
Sure. And after this sale, then we'll be able to upload all of that data from the sale, like how much, your onesie sold for or whatever, and it crunches the numbers for us and then gives you more of an average of what those items sell for in our area. So it's definitely going to be super helpful as we grow or as it learns more about us.
All right. So let's see. We've got a couple more things. So we'll do kind of like I mentioned before, we're going to do some more lives, but we will come to you on Sunday from the gym and just kind of show you where the parking is and where kind of the drop-off areas, hopefully we'll do it before it's super dark like we have in the past. But we want to kind of just give you, if you're new to the gym, it's at 2325 Atascocita. It's across from the Angel Park. And so we just want to kind of give you a visual of where it is. We'll have some flags and some signs out that will help direct you as well. So we'll be coming to you live, and that's where we'll announce our winner of our Instagram and TikTok giveaway too.
Yeah, very exciting. All right. And then drop off starts Monday. We move in Monday morning, and then that afternoon, we're going to start accepting all the great things and convert that gym into a huge event. So very excited.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. Like we said, it's hard to believe it's here.
I know.
So Monday, if you're not sure, it's Labor Day, it's a holiday. So that's a great time to snag one of those drop-off times that are still there. But we're going to kind of walk you through our drop-off guide that we have, so you kind of have an idea and a feel for what it'll be like. Ideally, I hope, if we can, to kind of do a little video of drop-off and post that for you guys so that you have a sense of what it's like in real time. So hopefully we'll get to be able to make that for you at that time on Monday.
Yes. Sorry, I'm trying to get the screen going.
You're fine. You may have to read it. It's a little small for my eyes on my phone, but so you may have to walk through this page.
Okay, so we're just going to start with page 1, and this is just kind of a overview of what it's going to look like when you come on Monday or Tuesday. You do have to schedule an appointment. The reason we schedule appointments is so that we can spread out the entry of people coming in and dropping off so that we have enough rolling racks and the use of our wagons and things like that. And you can get a closer parking spot for drop off. We also have you sign your waiver for you to sell with us when you do that drop-off appointment. So all of that paperwork is included when you make that appointment. Currently, it's $15 for you to sell with us, and that money goes toward renting the facility, paying for the staff who checks out and manages all of your items that you've dropped off, and
marketing,
advertising. Well. Yeah, marketing. I'm like, what else do I spend it on? So, if you're wondering why there's that little fee, that's kind of those administrative things that are in the background. But on Monday or Tuesday, you're going to come in and you'll either see myself or you'll see Abby there at the front check-in. You're going to come in with your QR code with your drop-off appointment, and we'll scan that, or we'll look you up by name if you're having issues finding your QR code. And then we're going to give you this nice little lanyard. The lanyard has the map on it, and we'll just kind of really quick tell you this is the plan and how you go about doing what you need to do there in the jump. So
let me add really quick. If you're not sure how to find your email, you can always go to the link for getting drop-off appointments. And at the top, it says resend confirmation. And when you click on that, it'll resend that email that has your QR code for drop-off. And then Friday and Saturday's emails for consigners, it has instructions on how to do that as well in both of those emails. So be on the lookout for those.
It's super easy. All you have to do is re-enter your email address and it resends it to you. So I had to do it today so we could get a screenshot of it. So.
And that QR code is your drop-off appointment QR code, but that's also your code you're going to use to share your tickets with your guests. You'll get you can share. It can be used up to 3 times a day, so make sure to save one of those. But you can screenshot that QR code and share it with 2 friends for them to shop early at 10:30 on Wednesday with the consigners.
Very fun. Okay, so after you see me and Abby and we give you our little spiel of everything that needs to happen, which is usually really pretty quick, we do give you the lanyard, so you'll have the map. But from there, you're going to go to your drop zones. So actually here on our little, what you see on the screen, number 2, it says clothing. Typically people will grab a rolling rack and run out to their car and drop off their clothing items first. You're going to drop those straight on the rack. We ask for your sanity that you go ahead and organize your items like before you put them in the car, because it makes dropping them off so much easier. So I'm just going to this is a really small picture. I doubt anybody can see it on their phone. And so these are the categories that we have. We have boutique. And so that's only in girls section because we typically don't have very many boy boutique items, but we have a specific boutique at the first. So if you have anything that's Matilda Jane, Janie and Jack, things like that, they would go under the boutique section. And then the next section is swim. And then you have your sleep. So that would be any of your pajamas. Then you've got tops. And if it's in like 2T and below, we also have onesies. So onesies and tops. And then you have your bottoms. You have your outfits, dresses if you're in girls. And then every section has layers. And that's going to be any of your jackets, raincoats. You could put sweaters there if you wanted to. So heavier layers go in that section. And so each size, so size 2T would have those categories. So if you go ahead and group your clothing in those categories, then when you get to size 2T, you're just drop on the rack and you move to your next size. So, and those are throughout all of our sizing. So we have the teen section, we have boys, we have the girls, and then we have maternity has the same type things. After that, you are going to drop your non-clothing items at drop zones. Abby, I'm not sure. We're probably going to go through the drop zones. So I'm just going to stop at that we're dropping them off at the drop zones.
Yeah.
So again, the best tip we can give you guys is to sort like items with like items as you're loading your car, because it makes all of those items easier to drop off, so that when you go to the toy section, you just drop off all your toys. Mm-hmm. And you go to the book section and you drop all your books. And so we're going to give you those main highlights there. We're also going to have a station for large items. And at that station, we will have yellow tickets so that you can bring your printed ticket at home. And then we're going to cut those on the dotted line and attach them to the yellow ticket for our shoppers, because those items typically are too big to carry around. And so we place those in the hold area while they finish their shopping. And so we have everything that you need there to attach those to your car seats, large items, anything that's large, that's movable. And then after you get all of that done, you're going to come bring us your lanyard back. You're going to get a little sweet treat on the way out and a high five, and you're done. Like, you get to go home and be like, after that, it's mine and Abby's job to sell all the things, right?
That's right. Well, and I do want to add on your large items, there will also be crib waivers and car seat waivers there in case you didn't print that out ahead of time for you to fill out there. If you have like a crib, you will need to assemble it. We will have some moving rugs that it can be placed on so it's not scratching the floor, but just make sure to bring like the appropriate tools you'll need to put those cribs together.
Yes. Okay, so this is our next little slide. Can you see that, Abby? Yes. This is just showing where we're going to be dropping off on the side of the building. Don't ask me if it's north, south. I have no idea. We're dropping off on the side of the building. The doors will be open. It is very clear. There will be signs, but I promise you are going to know exactly where you're going. The front star is where anyone who's doing DIY drop-off will be entering. And if you have purchased an express drop-off, you're going to go down 2 doors. And again, it will be labeled, and you're going to be dropping off your items in the very back gym for express. So
and there'll be ramps. There'll be a ramp at each of those 2 drop-off doors. That way, wagons and rolling carts can easily go through those doors. They are skinny doors, I will tell you that, but your stuff will fit.
Yes, they will. And we're going to park on that side of the building too. Like, we all park near those doors. And so you don't want to park in the front because you'll have to carry your items too far. You need to come around to where the stars are, because that's actually the part of the building that will be open for the evening and morning on Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay. Can you get this one? Can you see it?
Yep, got this one. Okay. So, kind of to tag along of what Amanda said, when you box up your like items, I mean, you don't have to label your boxes. It's really up to you. If you know you have a box of toys, then don't worry about labeling it. But if you just want to, if it makes it easier, if you've got like a box that you have folded, like kind of folded closed, then you might want to write on Sharpie like books, just so you know where to take it when you get there. But that's, that's just really your preference as far as that goes. Like we said before, we'll have a rolling rack. We just ask one per person. That way we can make sure everyone that's coming through has an opportunity to grab a rack. And then we'll have wagons. You can use those if they're available. If you have one of your own, bring it, because that's also helpful. We do have these category hangers that you can print off. You don't have to. I've seen people take I've seen them take rubber bands and put like all their 2T tops together, and then like put a trash bag over it and label the trash bag like 2T tops. And I've also seen people just bring it in like in a group of 2T tops, and nothing is labeled, and they just know what it is. It's really up to you and how far you want to go with it. I would just say the best thing though is if you can at least group it together. I've done it before where I've taken a big tub. This is more so when my kids had smaller clothes because the clothes fit in the tubs easier. Now I use like the big IKEA bags that zip. But I have laid like all 3T going one way, and then I've turned it to where the hangers are going the other way, and I know that's where 2T starts, and then flipped it again, and that's where 24 months starts. And so I've done it that way where I didn't even label it. I just knew like once the hangers were turned a different way, then that was the start of a new size. So it's really up to you how much you want to label things. You may love it and just want to label all, and I say go for it. You may want to label nothing, and that's okay too. So those are kind of, there is a little thing there because we get asked this question a lot. If you have like 0 to 3 and 3 months and 3 to 6, like where do you put like an item that's a 3 to 6 month? Do you put it in the 3s? Do you put it in the 6? And we say to put it in the smaller of the numbers. So 3 to 6 month would go with 3 months. 6 to 12 month would go with 6 months. 6 months. I say that right. Okay. So that will help you know where to place those little bit different numbered items.
Yes. And I did like how Abby said that if you do have your own wagon, I would bring it, because that just means that you are going to get in and out faster if you're not having to wait to borrow one of our wagons. I mean, we do have quite a few, but we don't have hundreds. So, that's just a pro tip. If you already have a wagon, I would bring them. We've probably got 25 rolling racks for the hanging items. And so those usually turn over pretty fast, but sometimes there's just a little bit of a wait. The average seller is usually spending about an hour to an hour and a half dropping their items off. It all depends on how much you're bringing and what you're bringing. So if you're bringing a ton of like items you have to put together, of course, you're going to spend longer than someone who's just dropping off clothes. That's just do. So.
Yeah, and you can even bring, it doesn't have to be just a wagon, like a dolly or something, whatever will help you carry. I've seen people actually use their stroller without a child in it, and they have put their stuff on that and use that to wheel things in. So
anything on wheels is great. So this is just kind of an outline of our floor. And this is going to have the areas of our drop zone. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm just going to kind of go through the drop zones of what they are. But when you enter, you're going to, I'm sorry, just got tongue tied. You're going to stop and see Abby and myself. And then large items is just going to be there to the left of us, right when you enter. The large items are going to stay in that gym that you enter, so that you're not having to carry them through to the second gym. So all of those items are there. And then also that gym will have a second drop zone of toys. And then we'll have a drop zone for baby essentials and room decor. We're going to go on into what each section will contain. Then when you go over to the next gym, we'll have a drop zone for accessories. We'll have a drop zone for books, games, and puzzles. Clothing is its own drop zone. And then you have shoes. And then on the back wall, we'll have sporting goods and Mommy Mart arts and crafts. So those are our different drop zones. Let me.
And kind of a pro tip, if you're dropping off shoes and they're not just inundated, sometimes you can go and drop those off and they can inspect them while you're dropping off your other stuff, and then you can swing back by and see if there was any no thank yous. I can't promise that, but that is a possibility if you were to drop your shoes off first.
Abby, we need to drop this in the comments, this guide, so that people can have it. This next slide that we're looking at, each drop zone, we have like baskets of what you're going to drop your items in. And so this is where I was talking about how it's very easy once you have all your like items together, because you just go to the drop zone, you drop your stuff in the basket, and then you move on to the next section. And so in toys, we've got them divided into these 5 individual baskets. You're going to have boy toys, girls toys, toddler toys, and then infant toys, and then plush. So that's any of the stuffy animals. And so we'll have like a big, it's not like a swimming pool, but it's like a, I don't know, kind of like a little playpen that you'll just drop the plush toys in. And then the next section is baby essentials and room decor. And those are divided by nursing. So any of your nursing gear, feeding. So that's going to be like spoons, plates, sippy cups. Safety would be like thermometers, safety gates. Bath is going to be all things bath, potty. And then we've got kid room decor that will be on the back wall. So part of those will be hanging, and everything will be labeled, and you'll just drop those items where the labels are. When you go into the other gym, there's accessories, and we'd have all these baskets where you will just drop your items into them, and then the ladies are going to put them out on the racks for you guys. So it's divided into socks, underwear, hair accessories, hats, gloves, scarves, kid purses, ties, belts, sunglasses, junior bras, backpacks, lunch boxes, and then we have like a miscellaneous.
And it looks like it's a lot, but really it's so fast to just drop your things into those baskets, because what really takes the longest is hanging it all up. So we're saving you from having to do that. You just throw them in the basket, and we'll get them hung up and looking all nice and organized for you.
Yes. Then our back wall has all of our books, and we divide those books into your board books, picture books, and she has boxes lined up there with these signs. Easy readers, series books, chapter books. She'll have a section for homeschool and educational items, nonfiction books, and then we have our puzzles divided into boxed puzzles versus wooden puzzles, so like the toddler puzzles. Then we have board games, card games. Gosh, I've got this on the big screen, Abby, and I can barely read it. Educational games. If you're selling any video games or DVDs, then there'll be a place for that. And musical instruments all kind of go with the books. Education, think anything educational will be with books. Our 6th drop zone is clothing, and you're dropping those off by size and category and gender. Then we have shoes, and you're just actually going to drop those there with Miss Melody, and she's going to take them from there. I do have boys and girls there, but she inspects them and then sorts them for you guys. So it's just dropping them off at her table. And then on the very back wall, we have our Mommy Mart sporting goods, arts and crafts, and holiday/party things. And so you can put any of your Mommy Mart items. We'll have baskets there, and we've kind of got those divided into kitchen items, wall, room decor, gift sets, and then you have your sporting goods, cleats, arts and crafts, holiday, and any party supplies. So those are all baskets that will be on that back. And again, like Abby said, it sounds like a lot, but once you see it, it makes more sense. And just remember, you're just dropping it there, and then our staff is the one who's finding a place for it out on the floor to make it go with what it needs to go with. So,
and just a quick reminder, since we're in Mommy Mart, just guys, please leave your glass items at home. We don't want anything to accidentally break and shatter on that gym floor. So please leave those glass items there. All right, we've got the large items and safety inspection. So we'll have a table set up. We've told, I know several have asked about what do I do with the tags for my large items? Well, if you don't have, if you haven't picked up yellow tags from us from like a tagging supply pickup, you can just put your white tags in a baggie and bring those with you, and we'll have a table set up with scissors and tape, some zip ties that you can use to tag your items there. And then that's also where we'll have our car seat and our crib waivers for you to fill out. Make sure you have those manuals for the car seats and the cribs, right? They need for both.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Do they need the manual for the crib? I know they do for car seats.
I don't think so.
Okay, but at least a QR code or a link that they can use to look up that manual for their car seats. Yes. So we will, anything that a child sits in, is carried in, or sleeps in is going to be inspected by our amazing safety recall specialist. She takes great care in her job and making sure everything is safe and compliant and complete for those items. So she'll be looking through it. Make sure to check your straps, that everything is clicking together and that it's not worn. And then,
and I will say, if you are selling anything that has straps, all the straps must be there in order for us to be able to sell it. So Kathy will have to pull that off the floor if you're missing the straps for like your high chair. So make sure, just as Abby said, go ahead and snap them all together to make sure that it's complete, so that you know that when you show up, you have what you need.
And you guys know, like those items, those larger items, those are the things that sell the quickest and like clear the floor. And so we do the incentive of pick 4. So if you have 4 large items, there will be a paper there for you to fill out, and you will get an extra. You will get up to $100 right on your items for those. Yes. So make sure to do that and bring 4, because they will sell quickly.
100% on your first $100 earned. Yes. Yep. Anything else on there in the guide? I don't know if you mentioned this. There's the car seat and the crib links so that you can print your waivers at home.
But we will go ahead and do that ahead of time. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Let me click to that. Sorry, I was looking ahead on my other computer. That's not helping you guys. Okay, so this is
for toys.
Yeah, this is just talking a little bit about just the different things that go in the different baskets. And we do have a fall limit on plush toys. So you can only have 5 non-licensed plush toys. If you are selling a licensed plush toy, that would be anything like any Disney products, the Squishimals, Paw Patrol, like any of those type things, Nickelodeon, like things
like things with names,
named, licensed. But if you're selling one that you got maybe at the fair that's still in great shape, you can only bring 5 of those items. Price them well, because people are looking for the licensed items. And then again, we want to encourage you to make sure that your puzzles are not missing, or your toys are not missing any pieces, that the items are clean, that they are not too well loved, because if they are, we will have to pull those off the floor, that there's no tears, rips, and that if they are a toy that is battery operated, they must have batteries in them for us to test them to make sure that they are working correctly.
Yes, we get lots of those toys that we hear the sounds go off in the gym, and that's great, because they're just trying to make sure it works, and kids are doing what kids do, right?
Yes.
All right, we talked about shoes a little bit earlier. Melody is our shoe inspection lady, and she does an amazing job. So she's going to look to make sure your shoes are clean and that they have their shoelaces and they're not too worn. We do say no thank you to our like adult shoes or heels that are like over 3 inches, men's dress shoes, things that would look like they were for an adult. We say to save those for home. But we do know that there are big kids, teens with big feet that will wear those larger sizes. So just use your judgment if you think it would work for a teen. If you have a shoe that you've priced, and we call it high value, that is, you've priced it at $20 or more, maybe it's like a expensive tennis shoe or a really nice boot, and Melody will take those shoes and she will actually separate them, and we will have one on the floor, and then its matching part of the pair will be behind the register, just as a safety precaution. And we always encourage our customers when they bring one up, we always show them the other so they can look at both. But we do separate those. So you if you have one that's like $20 or more, maybe set it like maybe a little bit separate. You don't have to zip tie those together, but just keep them together, because she'll probably do that. She's going to have to, and she'll have to cut those apart anyways. So just kind of a little tip there that you don't have to zip tie, just keep them together.
We do have little safety tags if you have an item that's maybe not $20, but if you feel concerned, we have those tags that you can place on your items also. We have those available at the sale.
Yeah, and we do ask that when you come for a drop off and you check in with Amanda or I, that if you do have an item, and we'll ask you if it's a high value item, that you let us know then. That way we can set it to the side and put the safety tag on it. So just kind of keep in mind maybe like a more expensive pump. Sometimes like we've had the breezes, those I think have been, or the outlets, some of those things that you can let us know if it's kind of a $20 or more that is smaller. We're not talking like the $50 kitchen, because that is a very large item, but something that we may need to put a smaller like security tag on. Just let us know at drop off.
Sure. Okay, I did want to mention on here, don't forget about your cleats, your tap shoes, and your ballet shoes that your kids only wear one season. This is the perfect place to bring those. People love to come buy the next size up. So
absolutely. Both of my girls today actually were like, oh, my ballet shoes are getting a little small. So we definitely may be shopping for bigger ballet and dance shoes.
Awesome.
In our household. Yep.
Next is our baby essentials area. And again, this is going to be any of your feeding, potty, bath and safety, your room decor, and your nursing. We do have some limits in this section. And so bedding and blankets are limited to 10 tags, but remember, you can do bundles. And so if you have those little swaddle blankets, you can do 3 to a hanger, and that's only 1 tag. But remember, in infant bedding, that we do have sleep safety rules that our specialists will be checking through. We are not allowed to sell any weighted sleep sacks. We are not selling any full size queen, king bedding. We are only doing twin and crib. Any infant sleep products that are not compliant with our sleep safety. So like that is the Boppy Lounger, any incline sleepers. There's some other items. They have to have a special footing on the bottom of them. And Kathy knows exactly what she's looking for. And so we'll be able to tell you if they're not something that we can resell. There are a couple of tub seats that have been recalled in the past. So if you're planning on selling a tub seat, you might want to check that on our safety website. Another no thank you is we don't take baby formula, baby food, or any type of infant or baby children's medicine at the sale. And we are not going to be selling any used pacifiers or the bottle nipples. And then your breast pump must be a closed system for us to resell that item.
And did you mention not one that you had gotten from insurance?
Correct. I did not mention that.
Okay. Moving on to accessories. So these are like accessories and hanging baby essentials. It consists of, hard for me to see those first two pictures, sorry.
It's not sure. And tights.
Okay. And then we have underwear. We do ask that it's new. Someone asked today, Amanda, in our group, they said that they had some new underwear that wasn't used, but the tags came off. And as long as it's new, it should be fine, right? Yes. Or does it have to have? Okay.
That'll be fine.
So as long as it's new. And then we have backpacks and hats. We'll hang those things. Bows. We've, oh gosh, we have I was trying to tag some bows the other day and take some cardstock, and you can kind of like push the bow, it's got like the clip on it through it, and then you can tape your tag on the back of it, and it looks really nice and hangs really well. We have clips to hang those. We have sunglasses and ties, and so we'll try to hang just as many items as we can on, like, we have these grid walls, and so it looks neat that you can shop around all three sides of it as you're looking for accessories. And then we'll have baskets for some of those to place your items on. We will also hang like baby carriers, baby wraps and slings, backpacks, diaper bags, car seat covers, bibs and burp cloths. We kind of went through some of this when we did our how to hang non-clothing items. Sleep sacks and nursing bras, shopping cart covers, swaddles, receiving blankets. So anything that you can hang, it does so much better being hung than it does in a bag. So just keep that in mind. We'll have some drop-off places for those items.
Okay. Next is our clothing items, and we're just going to run through this one quick because we spent a lot of time one evening just telling you guys about this. But this, I already walked through what the categories are, and Abby told you what size they would go under if they're in those smaller sizes. So that's just showing you again the different sizes. We do preemie all the way through juniors, size extra large, and this is 2X plus. I'm not sure why that says that. I just saw that. So we do junior sizes extra small through extra large. And then for fall limits for clothing is maternity is 10 tags. And your teen junior clothing, you can bring 20 items that are 20 tags. And so you can make outfits or you can bundle, but it is limited to 20 tags. And I would encourage you to bring your best items because we have limits in these areas for a reason. And so we want your items to sell. So make sure that you're bringing things that are in season and in style for those sizes.
And someone asked me the other day, like, what teen brands are approved. And in our seller guide, there is a link to those. It's like a button you just click on and it pops up with a list of a lot of the teen brands if you're unsure.
Next, we've got our books. Can you see it?
Yeah. All right. So books, like Amanda said earlier when she was going through the different drop zones, there'll be boxes that will have different book categories, like your blurred books, your picture books, etc. For puzzles, we will also have different categories, like the little wooden, the smaller, chunkier puzzles or the box puzzles. The same for games and electronics. We'll have boxes for each of those. So just quick reminders, make sure it's complete, that pages aren't torn, and that it's not too worn. So I know I was going and tagging some books in mine that I was like, wow, this book was a little too well loved. So I set it aside. I was like, this would not be JBF approved. So even your cell coordinators have to do that sometimes. But we do say no thank you to like VHS tapes, R-rated movies or DVDs, and then CDs or computer accessories. Make sure, this is one of those things, like especially for educational books, make sure the pages aren't written in. Like, that's no fun to get home and you've had some pages that when someone else's kiddo has written in, or if it was a sticker book, some of the stickers have been placed. So just do a quick double check, thumb through those books, and make sure that they haven't been used yet.
Good deal. And if you're selling any game systems, when you check in with Abby or myself, please drop those off with us at the front so that we can security tag those items if you're selling. I know now that they have the new, what is it, Nintendo Switch. I wonder if we'll start having some Switches come through. So we want to make sure that we snag those up front and get those secured for the sale.
And Tonys are another thing. We don't personally have those, but I know that those are very popular right now. So let us know if you have any Tonys that you're bringing in.
Okay. I don't even know what a Tony is, so
I couldn't tell you either.
Okay.
I'm not really for sure, but I know that it's something that
we better learn. We better Google that one. Okay, so our last drop zone is going to be Mommy Mart and our sporting goods and holiday. For Mommy Mart, we do have a 10 tag limit. Remember that you are not allowed to bring glass or ceramic items. And so if you're wanting to sell frames that have glass in them, those are no thank yous. Because of the gym floor, one thing gets dropped and we just cannot guarantee that your items will not be broken when people are looking through shopping. So we are saying no thank you to those items. We cannot sell any medical devices. We are not selling any designer items like Louis Vuitton purses or anything like that. Keep those at home. That's something for marketplace. And we're asking you that your items not be over 3 years old. We want these items to be your best items and something that a mom would say, oh, I just bought everything for my kids, but look what I got for myself,
Exactly.
right? Like, want some excitement. So like maybe that gift set that you were gifted that you never opened, that's a great item for that.
Some Stanleys. We've had some Stanleys before in there.
We had a Lululemon bag. Do you remember that one, Abby? It was like
the little belt bag.
It was so cute. So
yep, there's some fun stuff. Do you think it was a surprise and delight for these moms that have either they've worked really hard to tag their stuff, or they're there shopping for their family and they find something fun for them. So kind of keep that in mind.
All right, here is that 100 for your 100% for your first 100 in sales. And so you get to pick 4, and those 4 items have to sell, and then you get that added to your seller check. And we just ask that when you drop off your items, those are all large items, except for maybe like the diapers, but everything else will be in the large items section. We will have a form that you just fill out, and you check the 4 items that it is that you dropped off. And then at the end of the sale, Abby and I will verify that those items sold. And then that's your ticket to get the extra money added to your check.
You're bringing it anyways, right? So you might as well get paid the little extra bonus for that.
And I will say at the very bottom, it says in small, there are some items that do not qualify. And those are things like umbrella strollers, the booster high chairs, clip-on high chairs, the doorway jumpers, or like the stand-up push walkers that the toddlers have that they walk behind. Those don't count. They actually have to be the sit inside walkers. But all of your outdoor large items, like those are on here, your bedside sleepers, pack and plays. If you have a little one, you probably have tons of these items that you're bringing.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I'm moving forward on the wrong computer. You'll have to get with me. All right, Abby, this is what you mentioned earlier. If you want to just highlight that.
Yeah, so this page actually looks a little bit different for me than what I was talking about. If you go to your drop-off appointment link, just at the top, there's a place that says resend confirmation, and you click on that, and it will resend your email that you with your information that you selected for your drop-off. And so that's super easy to be able to do that.
Actually, it says number 1, click here. I just clicked on it. It takes you to that page.
Oh, perfect.
Where you can enter your email address.
And it's super easy. It just resends it to you, the whole thing. So you have it right there in your in that link for drop-off appointments. If I don't know, I'm hesitant to say this. If you need to change your drop-off appointment, you can.
Yes.
But do you have to?
Yes.
I want to say just come, but it does help us to know, to make sure that we have, just for flow, not too much of a bottleneck. So if you do need to change it, there is a way that you can go in and change that drop-off appointment.
Then at the bottom, we've got how you can check your sales during the sale week.
And this is the fun part, right?
Yeah, it's in the tagging system that you tagged everything. So it's just over there to the left. It says sold item report. And you're going to choose 60% because that is our percentage. And you can see them sell, like what has sold at the day. Now, I will say sometimes on pre-sale day, it's crazy and the computers lag sometimes. So don't panic if you don't see them selling, because sometimes it's a computer issue not uploading, and we upload everything at the end of the night if there's anything that happens like that. So don't panic.
And when you're checking your tags, and if you want to calculate like how much you are making, you put in the 60%, but you can put in 0 fee because you've already prepaid your fee. So I would just put in 0 for that to get an accurate amount. And it's really fun, especially throughout the day on pre-sale days, to kind of see those number of items grow and grow.
Yes. So we have a question on here about if we have an incentive for donating all of our items. So at our location, because our charity partners are not yet able to take all the things, we do not have an incentive for people to donate all their items unless they choose to. But
it is a huge blessing for them.
Like, it is. They're just not. They're growing with us, and so we don't have that incentive in place yet. Some of the other locations in Houston do, but here in Northeast Houston, we do not. So that was from Yesenia. Okay.
All right, consignor pickup. So this is where you are in one day and there's this huge cell set up, and then you come back the next day and it's all torn down, and all your items that didn't sell, which hopefully is not very many, are there together in a small pile for you to pick up. So Sunday from 9 to 11 is our pickup time. You'll come in those same side doors over on that side where you did your drop off. You'll check in with Amanda or I, and then you will go and we'll have one side where you pick up your clothing items that are on the rack, and then in the gym closest where drop off is, you will pick up your other items, and they will be in a pile with your consignor paper. You will need to fill out that paper. It's just a checking off that you making sure that your items are yours, that you're picking them up, and then you'll hand in that paper and you're good to go. It's a pretty quick process. It's always good to just kind of double check, look through, and make sure that your items are your items. We do try to work very hard to make sure they're your items, and we do a double check as well before we open up pickup. But you know your items best, and so it's good to just put another eye on them. Trying to think if there's anything else. We will have a table that will have some items, hopefully not many, if they've lost their tag, that you can look at and make sure none of those are yours. And then items not picked up by 11:59 will be given to our charity partner. And then within 2 weeks, you will get your check. So we usually do it a lot faster than that, but that's always fun to get that check and to see your hard work has paid off.
Yeah. And speaking of money, we still have some openings right now for I'm trying to think, during the sale, the actual sale, yes. Right? And for drop off. Is that correct?
So Tuesday from 2 to 5, we are still looking for a handful of people. We need help just getting everything organized and merchandise and the clothes inspected. So if you're able to help Tuesday from 2 to 5, or Wednesday from 2 to 8, that is during our pre-sale time. We still need a handful of people to help us during that time. So if you're available for a couple of hours or for all of those hours, please let us know. We can drop the team member form in our little comments. That way you can sign up and you get to shop. If you're a team member, you get to shop even earlier than consigners. So it's like 9 o'clock on Wednesday morning. And then you also get 2 guest passes for them to shop at 10:30. You, if you are working that drop off, you can use those earnings to shop. So that's kind of fun. You'll get a t-shirt if you're working during the sale. There's just it's just a fun time to get together and to be together as a team. It's something I really look forward to us doing. So if you're able to help us out, that's Tuesday from 2 to 5 or Wednesday from 2 to 8. We would really appreciate it.
Sure, yeah. Well, I know tonight's been a little bit longer. It's a lot to go through. Abby's we'll follow up and make sure that we drop this guide in all the places, and so you guys can look through that. But we're very excited about next week. I told Abby, today I was doing some glamorous work. I've been sorting signs and doing all the organizational stuff that we do behind the scenes. So to make your life easier when you drop off. So we're very excited. We ask that you share with your friends, invite them to come to the cell and check us out. And it's here.
Yeah, it's here. We're here, guys. Like, this is Tuesday. We will be done with Friends Night Out by this time next week, which is crazy to think of. And all your stuff will be out there on the floor. So if you have questions, just shoot us a text or message us or put comments on our Facebook group page. That's, a great way to get a hold of us. If you have questions about anything for tagging or drop off, we are here to help you.
Yeah, Yesenia says, can't wait to shop. Me too.
Yay.
All right, friends. Guys. We will see you guys Sunday evening at our live. That's right. Yeah, Sunday evening with some winners for our Instagram giveaway. And we'll see you then. Okay. Bye. Bye.